Hey flames, how are you guys doing? Hope that you are prospering within your awakening journey. Um, Man, this is the most difficult journey that I've ever encountered in this incarnation. I'm telling you, it was like a culture shock when these beings came to my job and letting me know that, hey, you're not who they say you are, and so on and so forth. And they led and guided me to my place of origin. Okay, and we're going to get in that today. Without further ado, we're going to get this show on and popping. Okay, guys. I really just don't have you know, a set topic for today. I mentioned some things, some experiences earlier about, our origin. So we're going to start there, and I just feel like talking about a couple of topics, okay? Just sharing my experiences with you guys. So back to this, my sharing my experience of my place of origin. Okay, I wanted to touch on that because there are some events, some cosmic events that are close to us. Okay, they are extremely nigh. Now, I shared the globe, the spinning globe. It was the swift spinning globe, maybe a couple of months ago. And I was sharing with you guys someone else's astral projections. Okay. This sister said that this indigo man's, we don't use the label black. We got to get out of those matrix labels. Okay. They keep the labels are limited. Okay. And they keep you locked down into this matrix. Okay. The simulator. We don't need to be an assimilator anymore. We know anything associated or related to black, BLACK, lack. The B lack is no good. Google it yourself. It's no good, okay? Not only black, but white means the same thing. They're one and the same, okay? So at any rate, she saw the indigo. Us so-called Negro, we have so many names. Negro, we colored, we're African American, we all of these labels. But we don't need anyone giving us any labels. Okay, no one over there from that so-called Africa, because we know there's no such thing as Africa. That's a Latin name. I don't care. Don't get on my page. I don't care. You don't know because you're superficial. Okay. So at any rate, there's no such thing as American, Asian, all that foolishness. They are labels to keep you locked down. Remember, labels are limitors. Limited edition words, which are spells. Okay. So at any rate, but like I had stated, we've been called everything. Okay. But when your ancestors that lives inside of you, if you still calling them angelic beings, that's fine. At least I know you're not talking about this old pseudo slavery story they gave us. Because I don't subscribe to that. Ain't nobody came over on no ships. Not us chosen ones. Not us fallen ones. Not us original people. Olmec, indigo people. So-called African Americans. All these labels they gave us. Colored people. Everything. Indigo children. We was the Indians. No, we are the original from head to toe, internally, cosmically, okay? And it's reflected in this physical body, okay? I didn't need nobody to tell me that. I learned that during ancient memory when I was awakened to a culture shock, thinking I'm this government name that they gave me, okay? And I'm not. I came from the waters. And you ones, you original ones, you all of these labels. I know us as flames. We are the flame beings. Study the movie Firestarter. Okay, study that. Know thyself within. So at any rate, all of these things are approaching us. They are events to take us out of this cycle. Surely this cycle must end. Okay, and we're nigh that end. We know that because of time, the vibrations, the heart rate of the great Mother Earth, Gaia, whatever you want to call it, is spazzing out of control. You know what? When I astral projected, I saw, this was about 6 months ago. I saw it was just, and it was Friday. The so-called days and nights were going by so swift, and it was Friday every day until it stopped, and the earth ceased to rotate. She didn't rotate anymore. Guys, it's here for the ones who have seen it. You know, the wavelength takes so long to get down here in the prison that many of you, 99% of you, you are not conscious to the fact that it's over. And I just wanted to share with you, flames, you original ones, our comfort places in the water. Wawa and Mama are one and the same. We're going back into the deep waves of the water. Remember I taught that when I taught about the lizard children, when I taught about the other high vibe sea children, the sea sons. We come from the waters. We know that because we study nature, and we dwelled in our mother's portal, the tomb, the womb, for however many months that we did. In general is like, or generally is like 9 months. We're in water. We are amphibious beings. The religious people, they came from dirt. We're not forced to receive that pseudoscience. They came from dirt, and from dirt they should return. Well, I'm here to say, in this illusion, it doesn't exist. Physical means fake. Everything is fakes. Go back and study the movie Bliss. Remember, I've already shared with you guys. Movie means energy and motion. I've already shared with you guys. Flames, I've shared with you that the great mother, Lily, and her children, the great ancestors, the holy ones, the sanctified ones, the angels, we were taught that angels, they run this matrix. This is a prison. Your true body, your energy body is in prison. And I've shared that with you. Outside of the prison, in the illusion, here where we got all of these labels, our ID is messed up. Not your ego, our ID is messed up. We lost our ID. Now we're running around here talking about, oh, I'm a man, I'm a woman, I'm gay, I'm straight, I'm a whore, I'm a drug dealer, I'm an NBA player, I'm a mother, I'm a father. We are none of that. You are a liar, and the truth is not in you. And liar just means one who sleeps. Above all, our heart deceives us. Okay? It's our fault that we are deceived. It's our fault that we fell down into prison. It's nobody's fault but ours. Flames. The soul is the sun, star, flame, fire, earth, wind, water, fire, and the other elements, okay? But everything is water. Water is our safe haven. And I'm telling you, with these events to come, if you can't dwell and reside in your original place of refuge, your original home, which is the waters. We can't. I don't want to hear that. You're not getting on my page. I know that only 10% of the people down here are the fallen ones. Okay? Again, as I was saying, please keep that "we came from dust" stuff to yourself. That's hearsay. That's not knowledge. To know means to enter in. And Adam knew Eve. But you know they're not talking about people, right? You know they're referencing the core of things. Atoms, protons, neutrons, so on and so forth, okay? So at any rate, to know means to enter in. Okay? He knew her. That means he lied with her carnally. He made love to her. They mated. Okay? They fused. I don't use the word sex anymore. There's no such thing as sex. It comes from the word hex. Okay? Talking about, oh, that sacred energy exchange. I used to use that acronym, but it was ignorant of me, ignoring the true light. Okay, truth is light. It's hex. Two bodies. We are, again, protons, electrons, neutrons, atoms, cells, molecules. They come together to chemically react, and they produce another element. Okay, so on and so forth. That's the process. So at any rate, as I was saying, there are so many disastrous events to come swiftly. Swiftly. Time is going by swiftly. Why? Because it's over. Cycle means season, and surely the season must end. It's not winter every year round, summer year round. No, it isn't. Study nature. Go within yourself. Study yourself. Nature is a reflection of what's going on within. Only for those who have souls. Okay. You have help. You have help. But your most powerful, trustworthy source of protection is within you. Okay? Again, study, study, study. When you leave outside of your door, look up, study. They told you there was a sky. Was it your fault? If you fail this incarnation, these courses, and you have to come back, no one fault but yours. No one is responsible for teaching you but you. Us original people, ancient ones, the fallen stars, we know everything. We just fell into cosmic amnesia and we forgot. But this is the purpose of our lesson, our experience book. This is the only book at this hour we should be in. You know, book is just another way of saying body. There's no such thing as book. It's a body. And our greatest experiences, our greatest knowledge comes from experience. Again, that's nothing wrong with someone sharing their astral projections. They have a soul. You know that they are not going to waste any energy deceiving you because they know that goes against them. They're not going to waste any time trying to gain $1 from you. Okay, trying to get a like, trying to get an ad. No. I'm here to simply help my brethren and sisters that are down here living and residing in pure IDST. It's putrid, it's rotten, it stinks down here. It's filthy, it's polluted. And as I've seen it real soon, we're going to have to remove this physical suit. Then you're going to see as myself and others are seeing. Guys, this is not the place to be. There's no such thing as Earth. Earth is not a part of the original planets. Okay? But again, go inside of you. Because that's the only actions, the only thing that matters is within. Without is just a reflection thereof. Okay? Remember, it's water that produces the islands. Everything around you is an island or land of the eye. You don't, oh, we just gonna go over there to Costa Rica, we go to Puerto Rico, we go over here to DR, to the islands. No, you have the land of the eye everywhere. Why? Mental, astral, energical. Let's make up us a term, okay? Energical. It's the spiritual that produces the mental, the psychological, produces the physical. It doesn't go the other way around. We know this by the what? Death process. All right? So as a man thinketh, so is he, she. We are thought forms. Remember, waves of the water, we come from the water. Souls, we come from the water. So at any rate, some of the events I'm going to delve into that I've seen in a couple of other people, I'm going to share their astral projections as well. Remember, astral projections is just simply the process with us, our consciousness or our spirit or our energy or soul, whatever you've given a label to, your third eye, all one and the same. Is absent from the body, which is the coffin, okay? And they told us we were dreaming. No, 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 no. We're dreaming now. Me talking to you. You getting up, adorning these labels, becoming one with these labels. Remember, labels are limits. You putting a limit on your life. Telling, oh, I'm just a woman. Then what you do is submit yourself to that term or definition thereof. That's witchcraft, honey. Low vibe. That's some witchcraft stuff. Oh, I'm just a woman. What the hell is that? I'm a nurse. I'm a lawyer. Let's come out of labels. You're limiting yourself. We are the I am that I am. That holds no limitation. Remember, I am just me. I am mama. I bring birth. I bring into manifestation. I am create. I bring into existence. Now that's the childbirth process. Okay? That's just a reflection. Us women down here giving birth, that's just a reflection of a thought form, the thought process. Remember, all energy that be belongs to the great one, the great mother Lily. Lily. Okay? So, at any rate, event number 1, asteroids are coming our way. If you know thyself, then you know that the fallen ones, us Negroid beings, or like I said, we got so many labels, but I stick to flame. We are the fire beings. Or I may say star. But if you read right from left, study etymology, then you will know thyself and you will know everything around you. If you're not a star, then the polar opposite of star is a rat. It's a lot of rat people here. Remember, there's only 10% of us that are able to produce fire from our mouths, because we the dragons, the dinosaurs, which are now reflected in the anacondas and the alligators, Nile crocodiles, okay? If you know thyself, you know this. Again, your greatest data of self. Well, let me go back. Well, I can say that your greatest information of you is inside of you in your chrome bodies. And the only way a being can see inside of you is because they're pure, they're clean, they're sanctified, they're complete, and they're back one with the one consciousness. Then they can look down upon you and see. They can see inside of you. Okay? And they can see that you hold that pure data, the pure knowledge, the ancient, the original, African, Kemetic, indigo knowledge. Okay? So everything is within you. So when the way I study is from within. Now, when you wake up, it's natural for you to go to, look towards and depend on external knowledge because you are not yet aware of thyself. You're not in ancient memory. Okay? So you're going to go to books. Books is just a reflection of your body. We're only the central nervous system. So the book has 2 lobes and a spinal cord, okay? Okay, so the information within these books, so we are aware that the simulation is ran, ruled, or controlled by the great mother, the great one, the great Lily Dragon, okay, and her children, the ancestors. Not, I don't get into slavery. I'm not studying that foolishness. I say ancestors because these are our beings. My relatives lives inside me. My tribal members live inside of me. Yours live inside of you. Does not the so-called family system around here teach us that? Yeah, it teaches us a great reflection thereof. Okay? So, at any rate, you have these snake seeds. They going around here talking about, well, the ancestors ain't did nothing for me. They just talking about they in slavery. I don't have time for that BS. I don't subscribe to we came over on ships and we were slaved by the ghosts people, which are our children. We produce all the nations with the false hair, the ghosts people. Okay? And they only exist in the illusion. They cannot, they don't have a soul, and Lily ain't giving them a soul. Okay? We produce the lepers. A lot of these stories are in your religious books, but I'm here to tell you, everything you need to know is within you. But again, Lily and her children, the great ancestors, the sanctified beings, the angels, as they taught us they were angels, but her and the great ones, they put some knowledge in the books. Remember, we're in prison/school. So quite naturally, once they awaken you, your family member, your tribal members within you, your tribal ancestors within you, guess what they're going to lead you to? Because they're your ultimate teachers. But it's our duty to learn. No one can force a horse to drink water. That's what knowledge is. It's pure water, as I've seen it. And what we're drinking is the great mother. And in her we have our being. After ye shall receive the Holy Ghost, the Kundalini, the fire, whatever you want to call it. Then you shall receive power, your ancient memory of you. But we must go through the gateways. We must go through the channels of being purified. We're not getting in those gates, honey. I've been there, done that. And they told me, yeah, you one of us. I had a brother and sister, Negroids. I saw that 2 nights in a row, astral projected. Okay? You're one of us, but you can't come in. You got something in you. I'm holding on to a perversion spirit. I'm not ashamed of that. But I think I've already talked about that. If not, we will. How we get these attachment called so-called demon possessions, okay? But at any rate, everything you need to know is within you. Your tribal ancestors within you, the pure ones. The ones that wear white. They're clean. They not been down here talking about they some slaves. No. These are the ancient ones. Angels, ancestors, one and the same, okay? The fire beings. Get in Ezekiel. Get in a lot of other these books that you have. If you're going to get in the books, remember, study the school system, Flames. Study that. Lily, the great mother Lily, has that system here. Remember, everything here is an illusion as well as a reflection. It's a mirror. This physical is a mirror. That's what they be talking about in Christianity or religion. Oh, I want a miracle. No, it's called a miracle. And Lily, she allows myself to view my reflection in the mirror. Why? You need to view your progress. What's my progress? Well, I came down here to learn, thou shalt not kill. So I need to get in the mirror to see how much of that I've learned. And most importantly, have I completed and graduated from that course? Now, say I was in kindergarten with that lesson. See, you got to study the child development process. Ain't nobody had no babies. Get out of that labor with this my child and I birthed a baby. No, you didn't. This is how we bring souls through. And this is also how we bring demonic forces through. The lizard people, the snake seed. This is how we must come through the womb. And guess what? When we transition or die out of here, we enter back into the womb. No, Nicodemus. Can a man be born twice? Yay! Can he enter back into the womb of his mother? Yay! Entrance and exit is one and the same. You better get out of the physical. You're going to miss the mark. And then you're going to be a product of all of these events coming. Okay? So what we've gone over knowledge. The most purest form of knowledge is within you. And you have your ancestors inside of you, teaching you. Your tribal ancestors. Your family. Okay? I hate to use the word family. It just means slavery. So, but for the sake of, for simplicity. Your family lives inside of you, called organs and cells. And most importantly, the ancient African Olmekians. They only live in their children, the souls. They didn't tell us to go out and produce other nations of people that can never enter into the pure realms. Why? How can you return? We're returning home, original ones. So how can they return to a place of which they've never been before? I've never been to Puerto Rico and don't plan on going. So how can I say, oh, I'm just going to return to Puerto Rico because, honey, I've been saved and I'm holy and stuff. I've been going to church and I'm just going to heaven. Puerto Rico heaven. No. You cannot go We're going back home. This is when you die. They said this is their home going. You've never been to the higher realms, paradise, so-called Garden of Eden. You can't return, boo-boo. I came from there. And 10% of the other Negroid people, we came from there. I can't wait. This brings me to the next event. That's surely to happen soon and very soon. Again, hence the swiftness of the rotations of the great mother, the great earth, Gaia. Keep your head to the skull of the great one. They told us it was a sky, but no, 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 no. We are in the body of the great one, the great being, the great one, the great mother dragon. And they taught us in religion we were in the belly. Jonah stayed in the belly of a whale, a fish, reptilian, amphibious, same. Just different degrees and temperatures, vibration, same. Again, when you look up, I'm not the only one, and you see the condensation there. We lost that glory. That's your glorious body. Those are the great ancestors, the great angelic ones. Okay? They know no flesh. Those are the great pure ones, the free people. Our ancestors. Had a brother get on my page, probably ain't got no soul. Yep, ain't got no. So he probably ain't got no soul, honey, because he talking about, nigga, them ain't no ancestors, them clouds, honey. I'm telling you, you fallen ones. Those with souls. All skin folks ain't kin folks. You do know that by now. You have to know that by now. Because I'm here to tell you, when remember, we're in prison. So all kind of manners of evil deeds transpire, okay? They take place. We get raped here. We get pinned down by the lizard seed. Those are so-called black people. Yeah, I've seen them. You must know people by their essence. Remember, an atom knew Eve. The atom evolved. Atom soul. It evolved. It knew itself. Hence, masturbation. You don't have to mate with anyone else to become one. Remember, we are two beings inside, plus 1, 3. Okay? So again, these events that are nigh would take place in the skull. In the place of, you remember in Christianity, they taught us that the Christ died in Golgotha, and that's the place of the skull. We must die in self for learn. That's one of the, I think, 7 parts of the brain. Which, you know, brain is no such thing as brain, but here in layman's term, they have to teach. We fell so low, we start evolving from the kindergarten level. Oh yeah, I've seen that. And again, some people, even though you have one lesson, but you still in kindergarten until you wake up to that lesson and remember. Oh, now I remember. Yeah. But again, you die in self-alone. You have to go. You have to leave the lower auras, or they call them chakras. But you have to leave the lower auras to enter back up into the indigo. This is why don't call yourself black. I wish they would. I stopped calling. I was 26 years old. I was in the army. And they said, put down your, race means to run. There's no such thing as race. We come from our mother's navel. We are a nation. Hence, you got the pink ghosts-like nations, the European nations, Asian nations, them nations. You have the American indigo children. They call us black, Negro colors, and all that stuff. They took the word Indian from us. They can have it. We're indigo people. If we're going to go by here, we're indigo. And Indian derived from the word indigo. But honey, if you don't got that electricity, that's what hair is. Fur doesn't have that animal fur. Remember, we made these other nation of people. But at any rate, stay on topic here. We come from our mother's navel. We have an umbilical cord, um, the biblical cord. Yeah, because we were attached to our mother's placenta, we all have a navel. We are nations of people. It ain't talking about, oh, America the nation, Africa a nation, Asia a nation. No. So-called Negroes are a nation. So-called Mexicans are a nation. So-called Europeans, Caucasians are a nation. So-called Africans, so-called Italians. We are all different nations of people. I don't use race. I'm not in the rat race. I don't work for any man. Okay, I work for myself. I got out of the rat race by the direction and guidance of my tribal ancestors that lives inside of me, called cells, organs, hormones. That's why we hear these voices. Hence the voices that we hear. Okay? Everyone hears voices, duh. So guys, I didn't want to hold you. I just wanted to get through these events. So we got the asteroid. Remember, those with souls, we're asteroids. When you say asteroid, you're just saying a star. Okay? I have asteroids. I'm gonna share my sister's astral projection. Okay? And I'm gonna share mine. I think I've already shared it, but it doesn't help to harp on this topic because look, it's time for preparation. You should be running in the wilderness with your food and water and all of this. You know martial law is coming. You know it's nigh. That's why time is going by so fast. We are to be preparing so that when Lilith, the great dragon, sit up out there in the hydrogen form or condensation of water form. Remember, everything is water to us soulful people. It didn't come from no dirt, dust. When you get out of the tub, out of the water, the shower, and you don't lubricate yourself, put some oil or lotion on it, condensation. Talking about you condensation. Talking about some ash. So at any rate, and we learned about who we are, flame children, soulful ones. When we were small, we was still, you ain't know till I was a baby. I was 15. Know your consciousness was a baby and was 15. But you remember the lessons when we used to go to fog up a window, breathe on it, and we would write on it. That's the breath of life, condensation. When you look up there and they say, them the clouds. Well, clouds is a formation. A formation of what? Those are the pure souls. Well, I know them to be. And a few others. Let me tell you something. When Lilith, the great dragon, I saw her, she came to me. And see, we are soldiers. How did we fall? I know some people say, did we fall from that far? Well, we work down here in the prison. Remember, every kingdom has its reformation system, its reform system, okay? Its correction system. We must be corrected from the core. That's what Christianity get the term resurrection from. It means to be erected all the day long. Go study the compacted, condensed dinosaurs / dragons here. The Nile crocodile. The Nile is within us. We fell into the Nile and got eaten by crocodiles. Study the what's the thing? Indiana Jones. When Kylie, he threw him over and them crocodiles ate them. That's just a reflection of what happened to us, boo. Yep, that's one of the things that happened to us. We fell low. We are soldiers in the army of Lily. Some of you, like myself and others, they've seen themselves getting ready and they already dressed inside their BDUs, their military uniforms. And see, we're watchmen, okay, over the prisoners, the ones that fell. Why? Because you got the so-called demon and lizard children. So-called, they're black people too, but they are black. Black means they lack light. Study the Aldebaran story. Remember? The one that created, so-called, supposedly created the earth, and he had his children and stuff too. The demon children were already here when we fell. Yep, they Negro too. Remember, we're sisters and brothers. But everybody here, you about to be surprised. But why be surprised when you should already be in the knowing? To know means to enter in. And Adam knew Eve means they made it. They made it. They moochie. Okay? You know we moochie? I'm not going to use sex again. That comes from the word that derives from the word hex. No such thing as sex. See, they're softening your lesson. And when they're softening that lesson, what do? You stay down here until it's too late. You die and wallow in your sins, in your mess, in your attachments. You're putrid. You're filthy. And you can't get back in them holy gates. They didn't let me in. They told me you got something in you. And guess what? I saw my attachment right there. And I told her, she said, I want you. Spirit of perversion. See, they soften these demons down here. And they call them, you're not no lesbian, you're not no gay, you're not no homosexual, you are perverted. And I know the snake seed, the soulless ones, they are naturally perverted. But we are not. It's male and female or nothing at all. Okay? Nothing at all. Oh man, I meant to, well, this is kind of a topic-less video. So hey, let the light shine. Truth is light. This ain't facts. I don't fool with facts. Facts are fake and they change 54/7. Okay? So at any rate, things to come. And then I'm gonna cut this off. Because I think I'm rolling over to 30 minutes. But you know when you went to the truth, that's one of the greatest orgasms you can receive. Orgasm just means a release of pressure. Okay? Great energy. God's food. Okay? So let me sum this up. You guys know I don't like to, talk long, but let me sum it up. So I wanted to get to you about the place of refuge for the souls. And you will know when you have a soul, even if you yet sleep and didn't make the cut, you will know who you are. And the soulless ones, which are known as the clones, they are the rat people. You have the snake seed here. They are the lizard people. Okay. You have the fish people here. Okay. Those groups of people do not have, those nations of people, they do not have souls. Okay. But everybody walks around here in this lizard body called the so-called human. You know, hue mean color, and man mean moon, and moon mean water. Okay. So I don't identify with a human. What the hell is that? Okay. So, at any rate, keep your head towards the sky. And ultimately, I mean the sky within you, the skull. There's no such thing as sky, it's a skull. Remember, we are in the belly of a being, the great mother dragon Lilith, that tall, ancient indigo, ancient African indigo Olmecan woman. Remember, these Olmecs people, come on, Negro people, 4 lips, 4 nose, nostrils. We get talked about our features all the time. We are the Olmecan children. They live inside of us. And I think I've already shared that, but I run it down again. When I was on my way home, and it was difficult to return home back via the Milky Way or the womb. Nicodemus, do you enter? Yes. I had one sister told me she went into the womb of a indigo woman, ancient indigo. We don't use black. There's no such thing as black. But an indigo, so-called black woman, Negro woman, she went into her womb and she had a fish fin, but it was split. And I told her, go study the Starbucks logo. That's Lily, the great mother. And she said, a black man was there. Now I've taught her how to come out of calling people black. If you want to call us a hue, we're the children of indigo. We're indigo children, okay? We different shades of indigo. So at any rate, but we're melanated, highly melanated beings with electric hair. We don't have fur, okay? This sets us apart from our children that we produce, we created. They are soulless. They cannot enter in the heavenly gates. They didn't come from paradise. Okay? It's hot there. We're fire beings. They were burned to the core. Hell, they can't even get into the gates. They have no soul and they can. We made them. So at any rate, she went home via the womb of the twin-tailed fish. I went home via the Milky Way of the same being. Just a different, she shapeshifted into a different form. Remember? Energy is neither created nor destroyed. We have shape-shifting capacities, okay? Remember, this matter, it goes beyond this physical fake body, this coffin that we live in, okay? Matter, mother. So anyway, I went back home, but I turned back because the journey was difficult. It was extremely fatiguing, okay? So, but when I turned back, it was dark, okay? Everything went away but darkness. And so I turned around because I was almost home, guys. You know how some people, they get to the 12th grade and quit? This was me. In the 12th grade, on the way home, guided by my ancestor, my tribal member. He was in the form of a hydrogen atom era, or for simplicity's sakes, the cloud era. And I looked over to my right, and a book opened. And in that book, I could not interpret the tongue. They taught us that it was language here, but it's the tongue. That writ system, our original writ system. And so it disappeared, and one word appeared, and it was chromosomes. Okay, chromosomes just look like our curly hair. Okay, just a chromosome X made out of our hair. Okay, our curly hair. And I looked to the left, and all my landers, it was a split Olmecan face. And of course, you know, when you see, most of the time you see people back at home when we're remembering and awakening, they are dark-skinned people. Because you know that's the original hue, okay? But Lily want to make people like myself, and you know we got so-called light-skinned people, okay, over there too. Because remember, we're different shades of indigo. Don't let them call you black. That means that you are demonic. So at any rate, I was so afraid. And they comforted me. Fear left in a twinkling of an eye. You're one of us. And we live inside of you. One half of the Olmecan face represents the feminine and the other the masculine. And they said that represents two paths. When we're sleeping, when we're the walking dead, because we are dead walking, unconscious of ourselves. We are twinkle, twinkle, little stars. We left the sea, the great ocean, the great waters. And now we're down here drowned out, dead. Just like any other fish that gets out of the waters. Not the other fish people I was telling you about, okay? We're talking about like sharks and whales, okay? Everything has its own vibration, okay? Its own frequency. So at any rate, I got up and I went looking for those big old faces, and I was like, I used to be ashamed of my nose. You know, 99% of us so-called Negroes or colored people down here, those are our features. We are the children, we are the Olmecs. We are ancient African Olmecs. Oh, they're in Mexico. There's no such thing as Mexico and Africa and Asia. We went over that. Those are man-made labels. And when everybody, you know, when we come back, if you get incarnated, you know, when you come back, there won't be some more labels that they call the matrix assimilator. Okay? So guys, again, let me get on with it. Again, I'm summing everything up. It's really a topicless video, but I wanted to talk to you souls, you flames, about comfort, okay? Where will you run when these events, these simulators take place, okay? We just went through the, you know, so-called vaccine and the so-called flu and stuff. We went through that simulator. Many of you fell prey to these lizard children, protection, their refuge. And you know you got the in your arm, okay? You got a shot, you know, to kill you, to kill you. So you got that. And then now we're having the simulator. Remember, everything is a simulator. Experience is the greatest book, okay? It produces knowledge, and knowledge produces comprehension or understanding. You don't want to stand under something. So anyways, so you got that experience out of the way. And some of us made it through. We didn't fall prey to their protection, okay? So now you got the matrix coming. I told you to look towards the skull, so-called sky, the skull of the great one. We're in the body of a being. Okay. You will see the ancestors there. These are all melanated beings. 90% of them are dark skinned, what we call in our community. Okay. You got dreads. You got some hair like the Aborigines, because people in our community have that hair. I mentioned, if I wash my hair, it's semi-straight. So, but it's still kinky and honey, baby. Electricity, as Lily taught me, the great mother. That's electricity. I was combing my hair. We're old. I was old, but yet beautiful. We're beautiful. We're youthful, even here. But but once they remove the shell, this physical, honey, some of you gonna be looking. You be gonna be literally be a skull. Telling you, dead man walking. So we got that appearance of the ancestors down here. The asteroids, guys. The asteroids. The asteroids. And then I saw the ancestors in their body, that hydrogen, that condensation of water. I saw them descend. Again, this was during my awakening. They kept showing me. And I would call my mother. I was like, Mama, these clouds coming up in the die. I didn't have, man, I thought I was losing it. But at any rate, they came down. And many people lost their lives. Many people. So watch out for that hydrogen atom or the so-called clouds. Those are the ancestors in their purest form, okay, in their original body. The asteroid is, it's a star. That's an asteroid. These are male figures. You will see so-called black men, okay, the original Negroid men, the original ones. They're asteroids. That's a sword, okay? Study again the movie Firestarter, how she had those asteroids coming. We are flame beings, remember. This is why we keep our body stays and our hair stays coiled, crunchy, kinky. Love it. I love it. Okay, we're from the jungle, from the forest, the cosmic ones. Stardust, okay? So at any rate, remember that the waters are here. The waters are already here. The great pure waters, they are here, okay? That's knowledge of self, okay? Learn symbolism. If you don't know it, hit me below. We'll do a video about symbolism, okay? So, guys, and the removal of the physical. That's probably towards the end, but these events are here. These events must take place. Remember, if you keep in mind, look, I'm not here, but I gotta go through this simulator. That's what the Matrix is. Study the movie Bliss. You're going through these simulators. Why? I have to learn of myself. They didn't send you here to learn of somebody talking about some Jesus and all of this foolishness, some Buddha and some other these Confucius and the Queen and the Pope and these so-called celebrities. They didn't send you here to learn this foolishness. Oh, I got a lover. Oh, I got a man, a woman, I got a baby. You better get away from that foolishness. The flesh finna be removed, and you gonna see who you brought down. We we mate. Or so-called make love to bring beings through, whether they be wicked or whether they be, soulful. Okay? All right, guys. That about wraps it up. Remember, these events are coming, but remember your ultimate refuge. Remember your ultimate protection. Okay? Is within. To know thyself is the prize. And you ain't learning nothing new. You're learning of you. I don't care about anybody here. My mama here is not my mother. My father here, that's not my father. They built this simulator, the experience, to let you know, hey, this is a reflection of what you left. Minus the illusion and the deception, the witchcraft. We're deceived here. We're strictly hoodooed. Okay? Well, basically, hoodooed. Okay? Let's come out of the illusion. All that matters to me is that I'm pure when I stand before the one and be inspected. I saw her inspecting me. That great dragon came down in the form of the hydrogen atom or the clouds. If you want to say clouds, I get it. And she inspected me, and I had everything together. We fell down here. Only ship I came down here in the other fallen Negro beings. The ancient African Olmecan people, the sun children, or our spaceships. I saw that. Beautiful. We wrecked them. We fell. I'm telling you, we fell. We fell. And watch the movie The Wraith. it goes in about the fall too. Watch the Terminator. You know how when we came down, we're naked, we're nude of our original form, okay? But again, Lily, she 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 judged me. I mean, well, inspected, judged me. And you know, judging means when you transition. Ain't nobody gonna have a whole court session. No, 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 no. It takes place months before you transition. You remember giving birth is the same thing as giving death. Okay, same, but it's a process. First, second, third trimester. So it's a process before we transition. But just remember, you want to be pure. You want to be complete. You want to wear white. Keep thy robe white, lest thee be naked, okay? So I've seen myself in the white robe, okay? But when Lily came to me, I had everything done. The great dragon came to me. I had everything done, but I had to put these, I mean, they were old, ancient hubcaps on my spaceship. And man, we were nervous, and the people around me was nervous, but she sit before me, and she sniffed me. You know, we give off an odor. Filth, pollution, attachment, they call it sin here, gives off a smell. It's still taste, touch, see, smell, sight, discernment, all of that. They are senses. They bring us to awareness. Okay? So she did that, and I made the cut, baby. She saw me with them too. All I had to do was put my hubcaps on my spaceship, baby. And I had my ancestor. Everybody, they call them spirit guides or angels, but my tall brother. So my brother, okay? Negro people, Belinay, whatever you want to call it, ancient African, whatever, indigo. So she ran around that building. People was running and screaming. They didn't have it together. Even the clone, the soulless ones, the clone snake seeds, honey, they running. These snake seeds, these so-called demons, honey, pin us down and all that, they works are almost over. They going somewhere and run and hide when them ancestors about to take over. Watch up above, you'll see the spaceships. Negroids. You gonna see them. All eyes are gonna be on them. And when they come, after they come and do their thing, guess what? The prize, the great mother Lilith, the black woman is the Godhead. And that's it for this video. Get and stay lit. Time is now.